on to Octavia. She's the last member of the Horde that I have on hand. I don't have the the fighting foemen out of their packaging. I just threw them back in the box for now until I figure out what I'm going to do with the Horde, if I'm going to make a Horde shelf or what. But really, we just got Scorpio. Hopefully we get Dragstore. Hopefully we get Multibot. And those are all the ones I think left in the Horde that I think they'll make. I'm not 100% sure. I'm more of a fan of the toys anyway, so as long as I get Dragstore out of it and Moduloc, then I'm happy. I mean, everybody else is just icing on the cake as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, let's take a look at her in the packaging real quick. You can see all of her tentacles and some of her weapons and stuff in there. Got the Evil Horde on there. She's also known as the Wicked Tentacle Swinging Warrior. I know she was in Princess of Power, and I know she had captured Seahawk at one point, and she'd captured She-Ra at one point as well. Her real name is Polypus Rorku. Okay, yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Her name is Polly. Shows that the Horde members on the back. Has all the other female Horde members so far that we have, except for Sherilyn, the Shield Maiden from the Fighting Foemen. But yeah, pretty cool. So let's pop right out of the packaging and check her out a little more closely. So far, so good. Looking cool. Like her crossbow. Want to get an extra one of those. Alrighty. And here she is out of the packaging. And she is really cool. She really is a good member of the Horde. She comes with 4 of the swords. We'll look at this. There it is. Look at her swords real quick. She has 4 of these. They're all the same. Nice Horde logo there, embellished onto the as the hilt. The finger guard there, you'll notice, doesn't actually attach to the pommel end of the sword. It's actually loose, which is good because that way it fits around her tentacles. Here's the other end of the sword there. Other side. But yeah, all 4 of these are the same. And so they clip onto the tentacles, and I'll show that in a second. Then the other accessory, which is in her hand, is her Squid Cthulhu crossbow thing, which is awesome, and I really want another one of these. But it looks totally awesome. Great paint apps, nice glossy black with purple, with metallic purple highlights, orange eyes on there. Really well done little accessory. And it's scaled down to female size. You know, because the females are slimmer in Masters of the Universe. So that's really cool. Really awesome looking. Nice little angled handle there to fit in her hand. And there we go. And that's all of her gear. Haha, and she fell down on cue. I'm going to pop her head off real quick. We'll talk about her arms. So she has 4 tentacles. And the hub there in the back is actually hidden pretty well by her hair. You can tell her hair is kind of like flows out really good, like it has a nice big gap there behind it. So once you get it on there, it doesn't actually give you that downward looking head issue quite so bad as you'd expect. Each of these limbs is articulated, of course, where it plugs into the back, and then it has a hinge, so they can go in and pop out and all that stuff. Really awesome. Nice Dr. Octopus kind of feel to her, which is really cool, me being a Spider-Man fan and all that. Let me get her head popped back on here. And that's what she looks like with the head on. So they fit out through there pretty good. I mean, it's not like she's looking like totally down. She has a little bit, but it's not too bad. You can fool with it, and her hair's flexible enough that I could probably heat up the hair and get it to where it'll she can look up a little bit better. So she has a ball jointed head, but it is kind of hindered by that massive hair. And then she has regular ball swivel shoulder, single point a bicep swivel, single point elbow. Then she has a wrist swivel. Now she has the waist swivel cut, just a cut joint, no ab joint really, as far as I can rocking back and forth. She does have the master's ball swivel kind of hip there, then a single point knee, And then of course she has the pivoting rocking ankles, but no boot swivel, which is kind of a shame, but that's okay. She stands up okay. Her ankles aren't super tight, but I mean, it does the job. Had her on the fright zone here earlier, but you know, with the way her tentacles are, you can stick them in a crevice just like I did on the fright zone there, and it keeps her standing up. Yeah, so she's pretty cool. I would like to see the yellow a little bit brighter, but it's not too bad. No crazy washes or anything over the yellow. So she doesn't have the depth that some characters have, but it's fine. Sometimes the washes look great, sometimes they don't, and they vary from actual figure to individual figure. Now, as far as the rest of her gear goes, you can snap her crossbow on. And it fits in this hand really well because this hand is actually got like an angled grip. Then as far as the swords go, let's see if I can pick a tentacle here. So you got the round portion there on the back of each tentacle head, I guess. And if I can get it in the shot, I just go through and I pop this back past that second set of tentacles there, so it's in between the, you can see I have the first 3 tentacles showing, and then there's one right behind the handle there, if you can see. And so I just do each of them that way. That's just my way of doing it. I'm not sure if that's the exact 100% spot it's supposed to be in, but that seems to work. So let's get her all decked out. Ta-da! So yeah, she's pretty awesome. I don't know, between her and Montana here that's off to the side, I'm always been a big fan of Grizzlor, mainly due to his crazy hair. I thought that was so cool on a toy to have a furry toy like that, especially a boy's toy. I mean, you know, the girls have like rooted hair and their stuff and cloth costumes, you know, like back in the 80s, but the guys' toys, unless you were into the G.I. Joe 12-inch, you never really got that. And with Grizzlor, it was really cool to have like a furry toy. I don't know, maybe that's weird. Catra, she looks pretty cool. I don't know, I think I like all of them. Well, I don't know. Probably Montana, Catra, and Octavia is pretty awesome. I mean, yeah, Mosquito's cool, and Horde's really cool, but I don't know. I think Catra's still my favorite out of the 2 girls that we've gotten so far. I'm still looking for Entrapta. I don't know if she's ever going to get made. But yeah, really cool. What would I give her? I think I would probably go about an 8. Because her ankles are a little weak, and it is a little difficult to get her to stand, especially with those massive tentacles. So she does tend to kind of fall over if you don't have her propped up properly. propped up properly. And once you get her standing, though, she's fine, you know. The other thing has been really nice if the tentacles had been flexible. I know there's that big problem with the snout spout, with the snout coming apart, but he's made of like a foam type material, and that's something. I don't know if it was Star Wars Pit of Carcoon with the Sarlacc in it, and the Sarlacc head, twisty, bendy tentacles. Or it may even been something from Lord of the Rings. But in the past, you know, 5 years, 10 years, I've got a couple of toys that have been like the same kind of texture, the same kind of item, you know, like a tentacle deal, and they've had like the bendy wire. Yeah, the wire does wear out sometimes, but if they've been able to do like the joint in the back the way it is, and then starting like somewhere in here, like an inch or so past that bend, so you got like a place where you can bend it. And then part of it being, you know, bendy. That, or either making like a ball joint or just a cut swivel somewhere in here. I mean, because it has the texture. And if you put like a nice tight like a swivel cut, you know, just a straight cut in there where you could swivel these around. Now that you can see what my hand is doing, but if you could, you'd be totally impressed. But yeah, like if you had there like a cut, like right there, to where this top part of the tentacle plugged into it, and it would twist on that. Then that'd been really awesome. So yeah, I added articulation in the tentacles, the boot boot articulation kind of missing out on, because I think that may have helped her stance a little bit. I'm not really sure, because you do get that twist up in the upper thigh. Yeah, I think probably those two things are really the only complaints I got about her. You know, the weak ankles. So yeah, I'll go 8. I'll go 8. I mean, she's not a super strong character. Graphically, I don't think she stands out quite as well as Catra with her the flesh tones and the reds, I should say. But she's still pretty cool. Her accessories really are awesome. I'm glad that each tentacle can have its own sword. I would just kind of wish I had another squid crossbow there, like ever dual wielding her crossbows. They've been totally awesome. But that's just me. Plus those eyes are crazy eyes. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, so she's been out of stock and stuff for a while now, so she still sells for, you know, a decent price on Evil Bay and secondary market, you know, 35, 40, 45 bucks maybe. That's not too bad considering that she was like, what, 30, you figure like with tax and shipping, like $32 out of the gate from Maddie. So, could you pass on her? Sure. If you're collecting all the Princess of Power figures though out of Masters Universe Classics, you gotta get her because, you know, there's nothing many more figures are probably gonna do. So yeah, a good 8.0 for Octavia from Masters of the Universe Classics, part of the Evil Horde. Cool. Still a good job, but not a super great figure.